Everyone wants to be like, let's be honest. You want to connect with people, but you don't know how. But what if I told you that there are few simple rules that can instantly make people like you? You probably heard of this classic book by Dale Carnegie, which is called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And when I found out about this book, my mindset shift. It changes everything for me. I used to overthink interactions and conversations, thinking, oh my gosh, I do not know what to say. What if they don't like me, or am I being awkward? But I learned, and I was able to apply all the learnings that I've learned from this book personally. Without further ado, let's get right into the 10 big ideas or 10 lessons from the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. And let me just say, these ideas can help you deal with people and make friends and make people like you. Rule number 1. To be interesting, be interested. Yes, this is huge. This lesson is a gem, a total gem. The principle suggests that rather than trying to impress others with your own life, you should show genuine curiosity about them. Honestly, I have applied this principle in my own life. If you want to look interesting, be interested. Be genuinely invested and genuinely interested in the life of others. This really works. Just a couple of weeks ago, I've tried this actually, but not intentionally. It's just in me that when there's a new girl, like in the church, I would talk to the girl and I would just ask about herself. So there's this one scenario 2 weeks ago, and there's this new girl who, I'm a little bit, she's not reserved, but she's new, so we're not close yet. But when I started to become genuinely interested about her life, like what she do at school and who's her crush, things like that, she opened up to me. And honestly, she immediately just started talking about a lot about herself. And I remember before she left, she hugged me. I can tell you, this really works. And here's the truth. People don't really care how impressive you are, how grand your life is. They actually care about how you make them feel. I have read the idea on this book, and honestly, it stuck with me forever. I love this quote. Actually, this is straight from the book, and it says, "You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming genuinely interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you." So yeah, be genuinely interested in others. Rule number 2, talk to people about themselves and they will listen for hours. If you want to be liked and you want to make friends, encourage others to talk more about themselves and be a good listener. This is the secret. Oftentimes, we humans just want to share a lot about our lives and we want to talk and not listen. But this principle right here really works, I guarantee you. You want to make other people like you, appreciate you, talk about what interests them. What are their hobbies? Their favorite band or music to listen to? Do they dance? What are their favorite movies or books? Why talk about what we want? Of course, you're interested about what you want, your likes, your needs. You are already eternally interested in those things. But no one else is. The rest of us, just like you, are interested in our own lives, in what we want. Does that make sense? Comment down below if you think that makes sense. It also explained on the book why it's important to talk in terms of other person's interests. You will notice this, honestly. Just go out or call a friend, talk to someone, and try it. You will notice this, that each and every one of us has a story to share, and we want to talk about it. What we like, what we want. Simply try this. When you encourage other people to talk about themselves, they will appreciate you and they will like you. Remember that the people you are talking to are 100 times interested in themselves and their wants and their own problems than they are in you and your own problems. Rule number 3. Pass on a bit of honest appreciation. To make people like you, instantly do this. Give an honest compliment and appreciate the other person without trying to get something in return. This is crucial. Pass on an honest, sincere compliment. Like, for example, you look pretty on that dress. I like your new haircut. Something like that. And be genuine. Be sincere about it. Just say it. And do not expect something in return. Do not expect for a thank you, or do not expect for the other person to compliment you back. That's the key. Just simply say it without expecting something in return. Try this and it will do wonders. And the thing here is, sometimes if you throw in some flattery, the other person can sense that it's not real or you're not genuine, that you're just saying something that you don't really mean. Well, that's the opposite of this one. But you know what I mean? This is huge. And in the book, there's this example wherein there's a girl, an employee, which was a newly hired, and she was so shy to approach her workmates because she's new. But she got this advice to just smile and greet everyone or compliment or say something genuine, and boom, instantly everyone's smiling back at her and greeting her. It's just in the mind. The key here is to be sincere with your compliments. Rule number 4. Smile. Yes, it works. A smile is worth $1 million. And it's a simple way to make a good first impression. Did you know that the effect of your smile is so powerful? It can light up a room or a person's broken heart, literally. It instantly makes people think that they are safe with you when you smile. I'm still practicing this because, number one, I'm a very introvert person and I'm always serious. When I walk into the room, I don't smile, and this is one that I'm really practicing even now. You know, we can always grow, but look how it's included on this classic book, right? Because it's important. Your smile. If you can smile so bright, and when you smile, you're signaling that you're not a threat, you're approachable, they can come and talk to you. When you smile, you actually remove barriers for other people to just chat with you. And it says on the book, because people are naturally cautious around strangers. Well, that's true, right? If we don't know somebody, we're not gonna talk to them. I don't know about you, but as a Filipino, that's our nature. Honestly, when I live in the US for a couple of months, as well as in Canada, everyone's greet each other. And that feels great, right? Like your neighbor will greet you, good morning. It's just so cool. And smile is associated with good feeling. It encourages other people to engage with you. And it's the easiest likability hack. Rule number 5. Call other people by their name. Yes, most people don't realize how powerful this actually is. Simply remembering other people's names and calling them by their names. A person's name is more than just a word. It's their identity. And in the book, Dale Carnegie talks about how a person's name is the sweetest word, the sweetest language anyone can hear. Do you agree with that? If yes, would you type your name down below and say hi? I don't know. I'm just a little bit pumped up about this topic because these are learnings that I really want to share with the world. So, for example, when you remember someone's name, especially those whom you just met or someone that's not really close to you, that person will remember you and they will become interested in you. Because when you remember someone's name, it makes other people feel seen and heard. Tell me a scenario where someone whom, like maybe a leader in the organization, the boss, the pastor, calls you by your name. Explain to me why you will not feel genuinely happy about it. For sure, you will notice it. Like, oh my god, the boss, pastor, this person, this famous person knows my name. What an honor, right? So, do this as well. Remember other people's names and call them by their names. Just do it. Like, for example, when you meet someone new, repeat their name right away. Like, for example, you could say, "Nice to meet you, John. I'm grateful to see you, Kim." See, just by saying the name out of your mouth, you can tell the difference, right? Like, instead of, "Hey, dude," "Hey, girl, I'm happy to see you." It doesn't make any impact, right? You can totally feel the difference. Rule number 6. Encourage, not criticize. Yes, this is actually on the very first chapter of the book, and there's a lot of stories that Dale Carnegie shared on the book. Like, for example, there's this pilot in an air show, and he was a performer at air shows in San Diego. So it was described that at 300 feet in the air, the engine of the plane suddenly stopped and the pilot managed to land safely. However, when he landed, his first act was to check the fuel. And as he suspected, the plane he had been flying had the wrong fuel. It had been fueled with jet fuel rather than gasoline. So, trust me, this story is good. When he returned to the airport, he immediately asked who's the mechanic who serviced his plane. And you know what? The mechanic, he was a young man. The man was sick with agony of his mistake, and tears streamed down his face as the pilot approached. Imagine that. Because of the mechanic's mistake, that could have cost the lives of 3 people on the plane. However, what interests me is what the pilot said to the mechanic. He didn't scold the mechanic and he didn't even criticize him. Instead, this is what he said. "To show you I'm sure that you'll never do this again, I want you to service my F1 flight tomorrow." When I first read that, I almost cried because I was touched. Because sometimes we all make mistakes and sometimes it really happened. The man, the pilot, encourage the mechanic. That is grace. We all want to receive grace, right? When we make mistakes, we don't want to be criticized, especially if we didn't really mean to hurt somebody or do something wrong, but it happens. So, what are you gonna do? Will you be encouraging someone to do better next time? Or are you the kind of person who will yell? And let me add, think about it. If someone keeps pointing out your flaws, your weaknesses, would you want to hang out with them? You're not gonna feel motivated or alive. But if someone sees you, like sees your potential and encourage you, help you to grow and reach the best version of yourself, that's when you actually want to improve, right? This is a very important lesson if you want to keep a friend or correct someone you love. Rule number 7, do things for other people. Yes, this is different from people pleasing. This idea suggests that you do things for other people, like the things that require your time, effort, energy, and even resources, or simply your thoughtfulness and unselfishness. If you really want to make friends, do things for others. So, what are these kinds of things that you can do for others? Well, for example, you can write handwritten letters or birthday messages that requires your creativity, time and effort, or thoughtfulness. Another thing, visiting others, a friend, a relative, a classmate, coworker, visiting in the hospital. You can bring fruits or some presents, maybe flowers. Trust me, I was literally amazed about what I have found in this classic book. Rule number 8, do not fear being misunderstood and do not waste a minute overthinking. The author suggests that be unbothered. Well, this is the reason why I became unbothered. What does it mean? That means I do not care too much about what other people think, because it says, like, it literally says, do not fear being misunderstood. And this is literally a very good lesson. By the way, I made a video before how I became unbothered and stopped caring too much. I'll put the link up here and down below. You can check it out later. So let's get back into the video. Keep your mind on the great and splendid things you'd like to do. This means picture in your mind like how you would like to be towards others, because what you think you will become, what you perceive, like you will become. So picture in your mind the able, earnest, useful person you desire to be, and the thought you hold is hourly transforming you into that particular individual. We become like that on which our hearts are fixed. Rule number 9. Don't make people feel like you're smarter than them. This is something that I really need to learn personally. The moment you try to prove that you're smarter than others, other people don't feel impressed. They feel uncomfortable being with you. That's the truth. They feel talked down and they feel small. So that's why instead of liking you, they are pulling away. Instead of like trying to prove your point, why not let other people talk? Even if you know something they don't, you don't always have to say it. And there's this advice on the book, and it says, if you're going to prove anything, don't let anybody know it. And Galileo said, you cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him to find it within himself. And last but not the least, number 10. Get the other person to say yes, yes. This is a simple idea, but it's really powerful. People don't like being force into something, but if they agree with you step by step, they naturally will go along with you. That's the secret, because when you start saying yes, it feels naturally easier to agree and say more yeses. So think about it like this. If someone asks you for something big right away, you feel intimidated and you're hesitant because they're asking for something big right away. But if they start asking small things, small favor or something, it's okay. You can say yes because that's no big deal. And so when you keep agreeing to them and saying yes to these small things they're asking, and when they suddenly ask you for something big, you're already aligned because people don't like being told what to do. They actually want to feel like they chose it. So yeah, those are the 10 big ideas and 10 big rules from the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. And if you want to get a copy of the book, I will put the link down below so you can grab a copy and start reading it for yourself because there's so much to learn. And when you read it personally, you might discover some other ideas that are unique to you. And if you watch this video till the end, would you give me a thumbs up if you like the content and you want to hear more about book reviews or you specifically read some self-improvement books? Let me know the title of those books in the comment. So thank you so much. By the way, this channel is about personal growth. If you're someone who's still trying to figure out life, whether you're in your 20s or early 30s, this channel is for you. I love speaking to those who are a dream getter and those who are always striving to improve themselves. So if that's you, subscribe to my channel and let's grow together.